Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hope you people are fine. So today we are going to discuss electoral system, which is one of the subtopics of chapter 3rd. Let us have a brief look what we did yesterday. Yesterday we discussed democracy और उसके types, then elections और उनके types. For example, direct election हमने discuss किया है, indirect election किया है, then उनके respective merits and demerits. So जहां पे डेमोक्रेसी होती है, wherever there is the democracy, वहां पे क्या होते हैं elections. और elections, what happens in the elections? Elections में क्या होता है? People cast their votes. People basically exercise their right to franchise. And once the votes are casted, then the votes are counted. And what happens after the counting of votes is basically votes are translated into seats. So if you have to define electoral system, you can define it as the rules and procedures governing the whole transformation of votes into seats is referred to as electoral system. My dears, there are various types of electoral system, and among the various types of electoral system, we will discuss two. One is first past the post system. First past the post system. And second is proportional representation. So these are the two types of electoral system. One is first past the post system and another is proportional representation. But today we will discuss only first past the post system. First past the post system is also known as territorial representation. And it has been given another name known as plurality system. So, if the question is asked in the examination, what is territorial representation, you do not have to get confused at the time. Whether it is defined plurality system or territorial representation, first past to the post system, this is basically same. So, today we are going to discuss first past to the post system. FPTP हम इसको कहते हैं first past to the post system, and it is also known as territorial representation. It has been given another name, plurality system. So my dears, the way for the administrative convenience, a country is divided into states and UTs. Imagine India a country, okay? India is a country and India is divided into different states and union territories. And then these respective states and union territories are divided into districts. The purpose is administrative convenience. And in the same way, for the electoral purposes, for the purposes of election, a country is divided into territorial constituencies. territorial constituencies. As far as the elections of Lok Sabha are concerned, whole country is divided into 543 Lok Sabha constituencies. And when there are elections for the state legislative assemblies, for example, recently West Bengal में elections conclude हुए हैं. West Bengal में total number of seats है 294. And the state of West Bengal has been divided into 294 assembly seats. और इसी तरीके से जब लोकसभा का इलेक्शन हुआ था 2019 में, तो whole India was divided into 543 Lok Sabha constituencies. And we can see the example of Jammu and Kashmir as well. Jammu and Kashmir में till 2019 when the till Article 370 was revoked, हमारे पास थे 89 seats legislative assembly में, 87 elected और 2 nominated. So Jammu and Kashmir में जो legislative assemblies या legislative constituencies बनती थी, वो बनती थी 87. और उसका मतलब यह है कि whole Jammu and Kashmir was divided into 87 legislative constituencies. तो what happens in the first past the post system? पहले क्या होता है? Delimitation of the constituencies होता है. Delimitation. Delimitation of constituencies. Basically boundaries are drawn, and the respective constituencies are then framed, and so the first setup involved in the first past the post system is delimitation of constituencies. For example, मैंने आपको अभी कहा है when there are Lok Sabha elections, whole country is divided into 543 Lok Sabha constituencies, and when there are respective states, for example West Bengal में हुए हैं recently election, तो वहां पे West Bengal के state को 294 assembly constituencies में divide किया गया है. So the first setup involved in the first past the post system is that delimitation of the constituencies is done there. ठीक है? For example, जैसे इंडिया में जब लोकसभा के चुनाव होते हैं, लोकसभा के इलेक्शंस होते हैं, by the first past the post system, तो whole India is divided into 543 लोकसभा constituencies. ठीक है? और उसके बाद क्या होता है? Each constituency elects one representative. हर एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव विनर होता है. ठीक है? और नंबर 3, हाउ दिस रिप्रेजेंटेटिव विन्स, ही डज नॉट नीड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ वोट्स, he just need plurality of votes. यहाँ पे आपको you have to differentiate here between majority of votes and the plurality of votes. So here in the first past the post system, what is needed is highest number of votes, which can be termed as plural number of, or I would say plurality of votes, not majority of votes. Plurality of votes. When I say majority of votes, that means a person who has to win has to cross 50% of the votes. But यहाँ पे I am saying plurality of votes. Plurality of votes means highest number of votes among the competing candidates. For example, let's take the example. Imagine in a particular constituency, there are 3 candidates contesting the election, A, B, and C, and the total number of votes which were casted by 100. So, suppose A gets 30 votes, B ने लिए है 33 and C ने लिए है 37. C, A got 30, B got 33 and C got 37. So फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोस्ट सिस्टम में जो आपको क्या चाहिए, डू यू नीड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ वोट्स? नो, यू डू नॉट नीड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ वोट्स, यू नीड प्लूरलिटी ऑफ वोट्स, यू नीड हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ वोट्स. सो हु विल बी द विनर हियर? सी होगा विनर. अगर यहां पे ए और इवन दो ए एंड बी हैज मोर देन द शेयर ऑफ वोट्स देन सी, बट यहां पे क्या होता है, वी हैव टू सी the candidate who has secured the highest number of votes. So यहाँ पे अगर if total number of votes polled casted is 100 and there are 3 candidates contesting for that constituency, so A got 30, B got 33 and C got 37, we have to see who has got the highest number of votes, and the person who has got the highest number of votes is declared winner. और तभी फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोस्ट सिस्टम को कहा जाता है विनर टेक्स ऑल अप्रोच. इसमें एक अप्रोच यूज किया जाता है, उसको हम कहते हैं विनर टेक्स ऑल अप्रोच. विनर टेक्स ऑल, विनर टेक्स ऑल अप्रोच. जैसे आपने देखा कि ए के पास 30 सीट्स थे, बी के पास 33 एंड सी के पास 37. इन दो ए और बी का अगर हम कलेक्टिवली देखेंगे तो सी से ज्यादा था, बट यहाँ पे हमें फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोस्ट सिस्टम, हमें सिंस इट इज आल्सो नोन एज प्लूरलिटी सिस्टम, you just need plurality of votes, you need highest number of votes, you do not need majority of the votes. But one of the important elements of the first past the post system is that share of seats in the legislature is not proportional to the share of votes. This is one of the important elements of first past the post system, that share of votes in the legislature is not proportional to the share of votes. For example, if a party gets 30% of the votes, it may have won 70% of the seats. और अगर हम देखेंगे proportional representation में, वहां पे share of seats in the parliament or legislature is proportional to the share of votes. लेकिन in the first past the post system, share of seats in the parliament or legislature is not proportional to the share of votes. So let me cite here an example. If we see the Lok Sabha election of 1984, and there were different parties contesting that election. For example, Congress, BJP, and CPIM. कांग्रेस ने 1984 के इलेक्शन में कांग्रेस को मिले हैं वो वोट्स परसेंटेज वाइज 48% वोट्स मिले हैं, लेकिन सीट्स मिले हैं इनको 450. बीजेपी को मिले हैं 7.5% वोट्स, लेकिन सीट्स मिले इनको 2. सीपीआईएम, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया, मार्क्सिस्ट, इनको मिले हैं 5% वोट्स and they have got 22 seats. So if you look at this number, Congress has got 48% votes in the Lok Sabha election of 1984, but it has got 415 seats out of 543 seats. So that is near about 83% seats. That is what, तभी मैं कहता हूं कि जो फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोस्ट सिस्टम है, इसमें शेयर ऑफ सीट्स इन द लेजिस्लेचर इज नॉट प्रोपोर्शनल टू द शेयर ऑफ वोट्स. इसी तरीके से आप बीजेपी का देखिए, बीजेपी गॉट 7.5% वोट्स, बट इट गॉट ओनली 2 seats out of 543 seats. That is less than 1% of share of seats. If you look at Communist Party of India, Marxist, they have got 5% votes and they have got 22 seats. And 22 seats out of 543 seats is near around 4% of the seats. So that is why I am saying share of seats in the legislature is not proportional to the share of votes. So now, see the merits of first past to the post system and demerits of first past to the post. As far as the merits of first past to the post system are concerned, it's a simple system. Simple system. It is not complicated like that of proportional representation, wherein an ordinary person cannot understand the process. But ये जो first past to the post system होता है, it is a simple system, simple processes involved in it, and an ordinary people can easily understand what is happening over there. दूसरा पॉइंट जो है, it provides political equality. Political equality. Political equality. Political equality here, political equality in the sense of one person, one vote. One person, one vote. And if you remember, I have told you that voting age in India is, every person, every citizen of India who is above the age of 18 is entitled to vote. पहले थी 21, but 61st Constitutional Amendment 1988 has basically reduced the voting age from 21 to above 18. So, first merit of the first past to the post system is that it is a very simple system, and ordinary people and even illiterate people can easily understand it. Number two, second merit of first past to the post system is that it ensures political equality. Political equality, one person, one vote. And third, it provides suitable majority. Suitable majority in the legislature. First past to the post system में क्या होता है? It provides suitable majority in the legislature, wherein you do not need other coalition partners. हाँ, एक times जरूरत पड़ती है, but most of the times first past to the post system makes it sure that there is a suitable majority in the legislature. So these are the three merits of first past to the post system. There are other merits as well. You can write them by thinking about the system. Now let's see the demerits of first past to the post system. One of the demerits of first past to the post system is that it does not provide sufficient representation to the minorities. Mind you, I have already told you that in the previous lectures that there is always a threat of majority, or I would say minority always feels the threat of majority, mostly in the South Asian countries, because there are such notions, there is such basically socialization happens in that way that minority is always afraid of the majority. So first past to the post system में क्या होता है कि it does not provide sufficient representation to the minorities. Number two, Number 2, the interests of all persons are not identified. For example, a couple of minutes ago, I have cited the example of ABC, wherein there are 100 wherein 100 votes are casted, or A got 30, B got 33, and C got 37. But C won the election, but A and B have not been identified. Their votes got wasted. So that is why it is said one of the demerits of the first past the post system is that the interests of all masses, all citizens are not identified under the system. So let's have a relook what we did today. First, I have told you the definition of electoral system, wherein how votes are converted into or how votes are translated into seats. Then we have discussed the different types of electoral system. For example, first past the post system, which is also known as plurality system or टेरिटोरियल रिप्रेजेंटेशन, और उसके बाद मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा था प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन, जो हम इंशाल्लाह कल डिस्कस करेंगे. एंड देन वी हैव सीन डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स ऑफ फर्स्ट पास्ट द पोस्ट सिस्टम, और उसके बाद मेरिट्स एंड डिमेरिट्स. अगर आपको कहीं पे भी कंफ्यूजन होगा इस लेक्चर में तो हमें कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर लिखें. थैंक यू.